My name is Rochelle Manley, and I am a consultant for NWOET, a nonprofit that travels around in school districts in Northwest Ohio doing professional development on how to use technology. This is the second video in a series on Google Classroom integration. In the first video, we went over the stream screen in Google Classroom. In this video, we will cover the Classwork screen. As a teacher, I spend most of my time in the Classwork screen. Since I use my stream only for important information and announcements for my students, I don't create things on that screen very often. A toolbar across the top shows you the same options. You've got stream, classwork, people, and grades. You have the gear here that serves the same purpose that it did on the stream. If you click on it, it takes you in so that you can do your class settings. We talked about that in the first video. Once you have set up your Google Meet, there's a Google Meet here link. I'm going to click over into my other classroom so you can see. Oops. Once you have set up your Google Meet, I did that on my stream. You can also do it from this screen where it says Meet. Once you have set up a Google Meet link, if you click here, it will take you right into your Google Meet, so you can join from there. It has a link here for your Google Calendar, so you can click on that. I think it's helpful to be able to click in that and look at it occasionally. You can make sure that not all of the stuff in your class is due at the same time. If you have multiple classes, you don't want to have, unless you have like one night that you have set aside for grading, you want to make sure that you have that spread out. So that's a nice feature there. The class drive folder here, we talked in the other video that you had this folder down here that took you to that class's folder on your drive. If you go into, let's go back to this one. If you go into this, that takes you into the exact same file on your Google Drive. Let's talk about creating an assignment. So if I click here on this create, you see that I have different options. You can do assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, reuse, post, and topic. Reuse post is very convenient, and we'll talk about that in more detail. As for this topic button here, I'm going to be honest, I have never used the topic button here. When you go in to create an assignment, you can assign it a topic there, and I've always just done it whenever I was in the middle of creating things. So if I click here, I can give you an example of a weekly assignment. So this is a weekly assignment that I came up with. It has a due date on it. So if I view my assignment, it tells me who all's turned it in. But let's go up here to our Classwork stream again. I'm going to create an assignment with you. So if I go into assignment, test of assignment is what I'm going to give it the title of. So this is just an example. If you click here to your add, you can add on different links, files. You can pull things from your Google Drive. You can put YouTube links in here. So that's something that's good to know also. If you come over here, there are ways that you can differentiate, and whenever we get to reuse post, I'll show you that option. For this right now, because I'm in my fourth grade reading class, it's going to create this assignment for my fourth grade reading class. If you have multiple classes and you click the down arrow, I can also create this for technology BBOs. So right now I want it just for my fourth grade reading class. If you are going to grade it, you'll give it a point assignment, or you can make it ungraded. Let's make it ungraded. You can assign it a due date. One thing to note when you are making posts for your students or assignments for your students, it's important to know that if you post just material, your material is not going to show up in your students' to-do date or their to-do list. So you want to make sure that you are creating one of the other things. If you just tell them, like if you make it an assignment and you say read chapters 3 and 4, it will show up in their to-do list because you are giving it an assignment, or you're making it an assignment and you're asking them to check it off when it's done. We'll examine that more in detail whenever we cover in one of the other videos, whenever we talk about the teacher view versus the student view. So you can give it a due date. It gives you the calendar, so you can just click on it. I'm going to say it's due tomorrow. And here's where you can create those topics. So you can give it a topic, or you can create a new topic from here. So if I were going to create new topic, we'll just say test. And then I'm going to assign. Now, when I assign this, we can now see that under topics, we have test, and here's our test of assignment, okay? So that is how you would create an assignment. Now, if I come down here, and it's pretty much the same process, you would always click on the assign button that's up here, or your create button, and pick one of the options. So let's just look and see what a quiz assignment's going to look like. So if I go in and edit that so that you can see what it looks like whenever you're setting it up, you've got your remote. I made a remote learning survey, gave a description. When you create a quiz assignment, it automatically puts a Google form that you can just edit in there. It's for all students. I'm not going to make any changes, so I'm going to save. If you were creating that assignment, you would assign at that point. So that's what a quiz assignment looks like. If you do a question, it's just a quick question. I'll go into edit so you can see what that view looks like. If you had just clicked on question, you get to type it. You can choose if you want a short answer or a multiple choice. You can make different options. And again, the things over here are about the same. You want to assign a point value and you want to give it a due date. All right, if I go down to material, let's look at what material would look like. If I click on material, this is just ABC. Yeah, happens to be a site that I take my kids to a lot. So I just posted it here so they can easily go down and click on the link. Now, to show you how you can use the topics before I go into reuse topic, if I go into my classwork for Technology Baker, you can see here that on April 27th, I said to the students that this week I would like them to look under the internet safety topic. I try to train my students that the topics are over here. So all they have to do once they read that is come over and click on internet safety. When they get to internet safety, I tell them that I want them to go on to the FBI safe internet surfing link. So they can click here and go into the safe surfing link right here. Now, I posted that safe surfing link as material because it was just a way for me to put an easy link there for them. So that's what I use my topic or my material section for, is just links of different places that I want them to go to. All right, let's go back here. After material, let's go to my stream. We'll go to the top. All right, so to reuse a post, I heard from another training that was very useful that you can create. If I go in, actually here, I'll go to my class list. I'll show you this. This is the class filing cabinet. I have a class filing cabinet. There are no students in it. This is just where I go in and create assignments so that I can reuse them later. This is a way to keep these assignments that you've created from year to year, and they're easy to reuse. You don't archive your class filing cabinet. You can if you want to, but you would have all of that information at your fingertips already ready. And if you were good at your topics, Like I have them labeled here by grade and subject. Once you get over here, like under my 4th grade reading, you notice that I have like week 11, there's an assignment, the one and only Ivan, and I also have a quiz that goes along with the one and only Simon. The one and only Ivan, not Simon, sorry. All right, so if I go into classwork over here, if I reuse a post, so say it's week 10, I'm getting ready to post week 11 information, I can click on, right here you'll see that it is week 11, one and only Ivan. I can click there, reuse. It pops up here to allow me to, I can change the point value if I choose to, but the nice thing is I can give it a due date. So this is week 10. I want them to have this done by next Friday. I'm going to not put a time on it, so that's fine. It's for my 4th grade reading, but you know, if you noticed in my class filing cabinet, I also had week 11 Charlotte's Web. So I have reading groups. So I'm going to uncheck all students, but I'm going to put Judy and Roger in with the one and only Ivan. So whenever I assign the weekly assignment, I'm going to give it to those two, and I'm going to assign. And now that's only going to show up for those 2 students. Now I'm going to create and reuse. And I want to reuse the quiz. So I'm going to do the one and only Ivan quiz. Hit reuse. I'm going to assign it to not all students, but just Judy and Roger again. Make sure that I put my due date on it. And I want the quiz to be due on the 12th also because that's the unit that they're working on. And I'm going to assign. Now, create reuse. I'm still in my class filing cabinet. Now I'm going to do Charlotte's Web because I think Charlotte's Web needs to be used. And I want, not all students, I'm just going to give that to Rochelle and Tanya. And I can assign it. Oops, haha, I didn't give it a due date. So let's give it a due date real quick. Glad that didn't take. Maybe it did take. My computer's acting really slow right now. Oh, nope, haha, I got the due date in there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and reuse one more time. And I'm going to get the Charlotte's Web quiz, reuse. Now, assuming that you reuse assignments from year to year, you can quickly go in and change that. Now, one thing that I forgot to change as I was doing the other ones is for the topic, I would change this topic to weekly assignment. Sorry, I didn't show you that on the other ones. But on weekly assignment, then it would go, and I'll show you the difference whenever it's posted here. So here's my 4th grade reading. That's what I had it filed under my filing cabinet. I apologize for not changing those. I could easily go in and change them really quickly. But if I come down here to weekly assignment, now week 11, Charlotte's Web, is just going to Rochelle and Tanya. Now let's quickly, since I messed up, we will edit this real quick so I can show you. So it's very quick and simple to change this information around. This is the weekly assignment, so we'll change that to weekly assignment. And the quiz, the one and only Ivan quiz, I'm going to edit. I want that to go under quiz. Keep the same due date. I can save that. And then I could fix the rest of that also. So that is a quick and easy way of how you can create a filing cabinet type classroom, and you can have everything here. I have found that that's very convenient. I am a specialist, so it's very convenient for me. I have the same assignment that I use for like all of my 5th grade. If one of the 5th grade classes, we don't have school that day because of a calamity day or because of a holiday, or maybe they went on a field trip, it's once you're in here, if you delete this, you can't hide it again. So to get rid of it so that they're not actually working ahead and doing the assignment without your instruction, the only thing that you can do is delete it. Well, if you delete it, then it's gone. But it's very simple at that point. I'll delete this because they were on their field trip. But now I can go back in the week that I want them to do that assignment. I can reuse post. I can click on the one and only Ivan, reuse it. The one and only Ivan was just for Judy and Roger. I can make sure that instead of under 4th grade reading, I put that under the weekly assignment. And now, whenever I assign this, it's back into their classroom. So if you don't want your students working ahead, or if you want your files to be there, your class assignments to be there from year to year, I would suggest creating a filing cabinet classroom, and you can just put things under different topics. You can arrange it however is best and easy for you to find it. You can do it by topic. If you are doing, I don't know, 3rd grade butterflies, you could do a 3rd grade butterfly study and have that as your topic. So all of that information would be under there. So it's an easy, convenient way for you to organize your stuff. So that's all for this video. Next, we will compare the teacher view of the classroom to the student view.